See me? Alright, I got a very special video for you guys today. Literally I made them quite some time ago, but I never really made the video, and since now I'm hooked up to making videos, I feel like, maybe I should make some, maybe I should do something special for this special guys that I have over here. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to present to you my Superbots! Yes, you're, you're not dreaming, you're not in some kind of Star Wars movie, but this is literally what I did. So I'm going to go through one by one, okay? I'm going to move them a bit because I need some space. All right, yeah, I made my own stage right now, so I hope I don't, destroy my stage. All right, this guy, can you guys see me? It's a bit dark, but he has this angry face and all that. His name is Robeson Mesh. Yes, so let me bring it closer so that you guys can see better. So his name is Robeson Mesh. Literally how I made this is very simple. Every one of this piece that I have over here literally made from recycled items. All of them are like what they call that, supposed to end up in junk, but maybe one or two pieces like buttons here and there, probably I've used it from my stash, but everything else recycle item. I'll just quickly go through. So this guy, literally I made them with this is actually a jewelry box, those plastic jewelry boxes that we have when you buy, yeah, jewelry, yes. Yes, so I turned them into what they call that, into the body. I think this was from my old Nokia phone. This is actually a cable tire. This is a lamp. All these are buttons and some sequins from various places. Most of the items were supposed to be thrown away. I think this is like one of the pieces in the phone, I think from the phone, or one of the electronic chipboard, if I'm not mistaken. Then the hands are from instant cup noodle. Most of it is not from me. It's either my sister or I got some of my friends who actually gave me away their, used plastic items. This is actually a speaker from the old Nokia phone that was mine, and I actually had it for the longest period. So I started, disassembling them so that I can use it for my, this amazing project I have. This is a clip, the crocodile clips, the smaller ones, beads. The eyes are made from buttons. This is actually from my stash, and I use the pins, if you notice. And this is a gear piece from, I think, one of the, those, what they call that, tapes, the glue tapes and all that. I think it was from one of the gear pieces. All these are from a broken clock piece. This is actually the battery holder. I kind of took out the pieces and put it in at the bottom. And this one over here, the packs, these are actually wooden packs, bamboo packs. What I actually did was bamboo mat, sorry. It was kind of like, I think my mom gave it away because it was so old and it was, coming into tiny pieces, different pieces. So she gave it to me, so I converted them to art pieces. This is actually an old keychain, the circles and all that, and this is from a toy. Alright, I'm going to bring it closer so that you can see it clearly. See, hooks, cranks, I don't know, I literally use everything that I can find in my stash. Alright. The next one I have is made, this is Beetlejuice. I literally calling her Beetlejuice at the moment. This is actually made from the base. The body is actually an old mouse that actually a spoiled mouse of mine. All right, and literally everything else, that means the spoons. This is actually the spoons, I just broke them. And these are all plastic pieces. Again, these are the fork plastic pieces. I didn't have used buttons, so these are the buttons. I actually had it in my stash. Then this is a cable tire. Again, I used the cable tire. Okay, it's a bit loose, I need to fix it. it broke. And here for the eyes, I actually used two types of screws. One is the Phillips and the other one is the straight one. All right, and the mouth is actually made from you know, that mammoth glue and all that you have. I actually covered it with a plastic metal piece over here, so that it looks like, you know, there's something. It looks like it's gonna suck the blood or something. And this is actually a cable, you know, all those cable which had all these pieces on it, and I actually wrapped it around to make it look like it's wearing a scarf. Some gear pieces from my stash. All right, and this one over here, I think I used actually I think there's a wooden bag over here, so I was wondering, there's a wooden bag over here, and this is actually part of the plastic spoon. So this is Beetlejuice for you. It's a cool name, right? You don't like it, so it's okay. You guys can you know, suggest nicer names. All right, let's go to the next guy. Yay, this is my Robodog. Woof woof. I was trying to have fun, but I didn't want to make it more like, you know, kids playing. I actually wanted to make a video like that, but it will look like an overgrown adult trying to make a video out of this robots that I made. All right, so my Robodog. So my Robodog is very special because it literally used up pretty much a lot of my stash. I will just go through the pieces, okay? I forgot. I used to remember the name of this part, but I forgot. This is actually one of my car parts, actually. I had to disassemble it to actually get this piece out of it. Of course, it was oily and all that, and I had to, you know, my hands got dirty, but I actually got it. This is the part that they actually controls the horn and all that, and it spoiled. So I said, okay, why not? And the guy didn't remove it when he gave me my car back. So I said, okay, I got one extra piece to play with. The star at the back is a toy piece, a plastic toy piece. The face is actually made from muffin cans. Oops, sorry. Muffin can. All right, again, toy pieces. This one over here is actually like you know, it's part of a keychain actually, and this one is a plastic piece. This is actually your, you know, those what they call that, sometimes when you buy mesh bags and all that, they actually used to tie them, right? So this is actually part of those. I had two pieces. Everything here, this is a buckle, an old watch buckle, buttons, and this is the circuit board. Lego pieces, I mean, this are not actual Lego pieces, but cheap Lego pieces. I created this is actually not one single piece, there's like 4 or 5. I made it look like a turnkey because I didn't really have turnkeys at that point of time, so I just created them out of wooden blocks. Gear pieces again from my stash. The legs, this part over here, these are Haagen-Dazs ice cream scoops. All right, my sister loves Haagen-Dazs, so I actually had collected a number of ice cream scoops. At the bottom, these are the beads that I was telling you about that I used for the other board, so that to make it stable. Let me turn it around. This is from my USB thumb drive. The body is USB thumb drive. This I found I think it was, I can't remember, this was something that I found somewhere, maybe when they were renovating my house or whatever. So I had this piece, and insides are the small stones, all right, to make it look like, you know, this, you know, imagine there's like fire coming out and the residue and all those kind of stuff. And this one, as you know, it's the glue gun, so I made a tail. And I also attached a spring over here to make it look more like a dog. And there's also another piece over here, a circle piece, so that I could attach this one, the head, to the body. So it's definitely an assemblage, if you guys want to know. So this is Robodog. Woof woof. I'm glad to meet you guys. I'm trying to have fun, okay? If I sound too goofy, I'm so sorry. All right. This one over here is my favorite. This is, I'm a Star Wars geek. Actually, yes, I'm a geek. I work on craft during the night, and during the day, I'm a geek. I actually work in the IT sector. So what I do every day is work on computers, and I like watching Star Wars, Star Trek, and all those kind of things. I know if you're a Star Wars fan, you can be a Star Trek fan, and if you're a Star Trek fan, you won't be a Star Wars fan. But I watch them both. So I was ever since I was a kid, I was always amazed with all the robots and the way they work and all that. So I think I had that in my mind for the longest period ever since I was a kid. Now finally when I started crafting, I was able to pour all that the last years of imagination and creativity into getting this done. So here you go. I will run through the items again. So this guy is made from a Mentos box. Actually, this is Mentos. I can show you something similar. All right. This one over here. I think this was a bit more sturdier. It was a Mentos. I think this was a medication box. And this one has too many parts that I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's start from the top. This was a part of a keychain or something like that. I can't remember. This is a wall plug. So like I was saying, this is a wall plug, all right? And this one here are the clips again. You know, all those tags that they give you when you attend seminars and trainings and all that. I have tons of it at my end. So what I did was I literally used them. Of course, I added buttons and all that to make it more groovy, you know, so that he looks more like the cool bot. All right, this one over here, this is actually a piece of, I can't remember where, this is from a part of like electrical circuit or something like that, a replacement, hooks, all right, bots, clip-ons, buttons, and I actually have, if you notice, I actually have a chain there, all right, a small chain, all right, and this one is made from yes, can, you know, the soda cans, you have that opener, that one. These eyes were made from earrings. It's actually a round earring. I made them. There's a lot of pieces in here which I can't remember. This is the container. It's a white container inside. Okay, I didn't do anything because at least, you know, if you put it down, you can put things inside and close it. You don't have to close tight, but you can still close it. And you know, in those 80s, we have that steam, the punk, the punksters and all that. So this guy is supposed to be like them. So I gave him a earring with chains and chains, okay? But he's too cute to be a punkster. But, you know, he has that, all those things there. Hello, my name is Junkyard Bot. And here are the earrings, you know, the back of the earrings you have. So I attached them over here. All right, these are the buttons, the metal buttons, the press studs. This is from my Nokia 7210, if I'm not mistaken, or 62, I can't remember, one of my old Nokia phones. Again, the cheap Lego sets which I had. These spoons were from yogurt, if I'm not mistaken. This is from an instant noodle, but this is a yogurt plastic spoon. Over here, this one, when we buy pizza from Pizza Hut, they actually have this the stand in the I don't know about now, this is like very old. I used to have them in my furniture cabinet to display items. So what they normally do is they place a stand in the middle so that the box doesn't get stick to the pizza. So this was one of them. These are all screws and all that. I replaced my ceiling fan and I had these screws and, you know, nuts and bolts from there. All right, if you notice. The back I had something, but I had to remove it temporarily because I really need to redo that. And this is literally my junkyard bot. So I'm going to, you know, go through. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys how I painted every one of them. Yes, I should have sprayed, but I can't take the smell of the spray even with the mask and all that, because the after smell actually gives me a headache. So I literally used my precious Ranger Distress paints on all of them. every one of them is actually having the distress paints, except for this guy. The base is actually Delusion, but I actually painted on top with distress paints and some silver paint and all that. The reason I purposely made it black because he's always looking so angry. He reminds me of Hulk. Yes, those are another bunch of movies and cartoons I used to watch when I was a kid, all the superhero ones. So it always goes like bot smash. I need to do it this way. Bot smash. I need to get used to playing with these bots. I'm so afraid because they're so they can be a bit brittle, and so I don't want to break them. But maybe I should do this Hulk smash. All right, coming back to this guy. So literally I used distress. I think this was the antique. I can't remember the names at the moment. My inks are here. So my three main inks that I used, these are the only distress ink, distress paint, and tarnish brass and alcohol ink that I have that belongs to Ranger. So this, I think most of my paints were from tarnish brass, what they call this? Sorry guys, I have to read from you because my eyes are getting bad. Antique bronze. The other one I have is rusty hinge, a little bit of vintage photo, and a dash of barn door. I mix them, like for example, right, the only reason why, if you notice that he's a bit more reddish, is because I mixed them with the barn door. That's how I got the colors in. I wanted to make them as shiny as possible. This guy has more vintage photo on it. Okay, this guy, he's 100%. I think, I cannot remember. It looks more like gold. Maybe I mixed them with my own, some of my own. Yes, sorry. This was made. I mixed them a bit. The base was actual gold paint, acrylic gold paint, which I got from a hardware store. At that point of time, I couldn't find gold paints here, so that was the best gold paint I could find. And I mixed it with a bit of distress paint, antique bronze, and if I remember clearly, maybe a bit tarnish brass. Okay. There's one more guy, not guy, she's supposed to be a girl, which I was building, and what happened was she fell and she broke her face. So it's supposed to be his girlfriend, and he's very angry with me because I broke her. And on top of that, not just I broke her, the face didn't break into pieces, it just came off. The best part, I misplaced her face and I couldn't find it anymore. So he's this guy here, he's very upset with me, and he doesn't want to talk to me because of that. So I have to, I was trying to work on the girlfriend, and let's see how it goes. But this is the base. Okay, if you notice, I again use the pizza, and this is the pizza, the center piece, and I used the, this is the cap of your mammoth glue and the Yoo-hoo glue or whatever glues that you have. Again, this is another phone of mine. The forks and spoons, I don't know where are these from. Most likely from my sister, who likes to eat instant noodles. And these are the cheap Lego set, and of course pins, safety pins. Okay, they can actually move. If I don't paint them, you can actually, but this is nice because they actually have this, it was much easier for me to move compared to this guy. This is a bit more rigid. And yes, you can, come on, I need to find out later. Okay, it's supposed to be able to move left and right, and same thing over here. I don't know what happened. I need to figure out because I'm very, did I my hand came out, you see, and he's getting out. he's going to scream at me. There you go. Yeah, okay. I fixed you. Nobody saw nobody saw that. Okay, nobody saw that. I need to figure out what happened. Sometimes some of these pieces will come out. Oh, I know why, because I didn't glue the inside. So what I need to do is I need to put something inside and screw it tight, otherwise it's going to constantly come out. And I need to, give me a moment. Yes, I can turn the hand around. Oh yes, I made them. So these are my bots, and I love them because I don't know, a number of them actually asked me to sell this to them, but I'm not ready to part with them yet. I made all this during the same period, and it was something close to my heart, and I find it very difficult for me to part with them. So I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to cherish them. And maybe someday I will sell them off, but for now they're mine. All right, guys, I hope you guys liked my crazy video. I hope you guys liked my crazy video, and hopefully I can make more, and hopefully I can fix this girl up, okay, so that I can make peace with the boyfriend. If you have any comments, if you have any feedbacks, and if you like to know more, do message me, do comment on the video, and do visit me on my Instagram. I will try to reply to you guys as much as possible, okay? Thank you so much for your time, and don't forget, check out my description for my Instagram link and follow me there. I'll follow you guys back. If you're a crafter, I'll definitely follow you guys in return. All right, guys, see you, bye. Oh, he wants to say bye. Bye, everyone. Ta-da. Bye. There. See, she broke my hand. She broke my hand. I'm gonna kill her.